Pinball is a very niche genre. Let's be honest, if your favorite genre is pinball, you probably haven't played that much video games. I remember the first time I played pinball. Back in my youth, in the early noughties, we had one pinball game and it was all we needed. So here's the thing about Space Cadet. This is a game that a lot of people grew up with, but have never talked about. You know, like Adventure Quest and Bin Weevils. Seriously, there are people that have never played this game before and probably never will. You see, this variation came bundled with Windows XP, and if you have played it before, it's probably been at least 15 years since. You have one board and one goal, and that is to get the high score. But as time passed and games started to get better, if pinball wanted to stay relevant, it needed to innovate. There is a lot of games better than Sonicspinball, but that doesn't mean it isn't one of the best pinball games made. So instead of just using the flippers to move the ball around, you are the ball, you control the ball. But that alone wouldn't have made it one of the best pinball games, it's the boards. You see, instead of just one board where you need to get the high score, it has 4. It also has boss fights, enemies within, bonus stages as well. Instead of the goal being to get a high score, it's to get to the end of the level, beat the boss, beat the game. And this innovation is exactly what the pinball genre needed. But it still has its issues. The game just feels sluggish. I mean, Sonic doesn't move how I want him to. It also feels a bit slow. There's a setting in there to make him faster, but that setting wasn't in mind when these levels were being developed. The physics are weird, but that's expected. It was the 90s. The boards are fun, but it does feel like you have no idea where you're supposed to go half the time. It's fun, but there are a lot of better games out there. That being said, when I got around to playing Sonic Pinball Party, I was really excited to play a more polished version of Sonic Spin. Oh, for fuck's sake! Damn it, you had a good thing going here! Anyway, the innovation with Sonic Spinball was scrapped, but the pinball has stayed tied to Sonic like glue. It feels like nearly every Sonic game has a pinball level. Well, they call it a casino level, but it's more or less a pinball level. But during the same year Sonic Pinball Party came out, a much better pinball game came out by the same company. Pokémon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. Instead of the main goal being getting a high score, is to catch Pokemon. And you have different ways of doing that. You can hatch them, you can catch them, you can even evolve them. And the end goal is to, you know, catch them all. There are 201 different Pokemon in total, and as a huge Pokemon fan, this is good. It makes me feel like it's not going to take too long, but isn't going to be too quick either. I think it's a good, strong number. There's the goal of completing the Pokédex, the goal of capturing the legendaries and getting the high score as well. Now for me, my main goal is the Pokédex, and I had a lot of fun getting all the Pokemon. It was very easy just playing this while I was watching old shows, and I had fun doing it. There are unique sprites for each of the Pokemon, the ball physics work extremely well, and the boards are fun to play on as well. While the Sapphire board is easier, the Ruby one is honestly just a lot more fun to play. I also wish there was more than 2 boards. Could you have given us a Fire Red and Leaf Green board? So to get every Pokemon in the game, you need to go to different areas, and they have a travel system in the game that's differentiated by the picture in the middle. Here's the thing, I just really wish they put in more time to change the board to match the area instead of just a picture. It kind of just feels a bit lazy. The minigames are a good time, though for some you are going to need a few tries to get the hang of them. And then there's just this. I don't like this one because my main goal is collecting Pokemon, and no matter what, 2 minutes will pass if you are playing this minigame, so I have no way of getting back to the main board. If you are going for the 100%, it gets to the point where the minigames are a detriment. You can skip most, but sometimes you aren't given a choice. There isn't a story, it's fairly repetitive gameplay, but it's fun. It's very fun. I caught myself playing for nearly 4 hours in one sitting. If you're not a completionist like me, what I recommend you do is catch all the legendaries. Just do that. I really like that there's 3 ways of getting Pokemon, though I do wish there was an option for evolving the Pokemon you got on previous runs. You see, while there is a Pokédex and you can catch Pokemon, you don't keep Pokemon. They are gone when the run is over. But something I really like about this game is, well, sure, you can't control the ball like in Sonic Spinball. You can use the bumpers on your Game Boy to make the ball jump. This allows it to go to the other side of the board, allowing you more control over where the ball actually goes. It also allows you to do some really cool tricks, not gonna lie. This game is very forgiving. See this Pikachu in the corner? He can really help you as long as he's at full charge. Or if you get his buddy Pichu to help out as well. The Pokemart is also here, and that gives you some upgrades, but the only ones I really recommend is the Pichu and the Extra Life. You can also make it easier for yourself by making the pinball go slow, though I much prefer to play it on normal because I just prefer faster gameplay. The game is a lot of fun. It has some good music, it has some really nice visuals, and some of the mini games are pretty fun as well. I'd say you can probably have about 20 hours of fun playing this game, because I'm not gonna lie, the last few Pokemons were tedious as fuck to get, especially the starter Pokemon with double evolutions. It's not the best game of all time. I don't think any pinball game can be the best game of all time, or even stand close to it. But if we compare other pinball games to this one, I really think Pokémon Ruby and Sapphire comes out on top. If you're not convinced by me, I really recommend you check out this video by G Medley. Seriously, this stuff is super interesting, and I don't think I have ever seen a better thumbnail than this for any YouTube video. Since my playthrough of Ruby and Sapphire, I have played a few more pinball games. Metroid Prime Pinball, Star Wars Pinball, Mario Pinball, and while all of these are fun, and while they have their own unique aspects that make them good, Ruby and Sapphire Pinball is my favorite. Though Metroid is so much better when it comes to music. But I do wonder if there will ever be a pinball game, one so good, that's practically flawless, that everyone enjoys, that everyone praises to be considered one of the best games of all time, because I don't think that will ever happen. But I want to be proven wrong. I'm not sure we'll ever get another Pokemon Pinball. I'm not sure I want one. I loved the first two, but I don't think I'd like the style in 3D. Maybe if they did something like they did with Mystery Dungeon, but what do I know? In the meantime, here are a few of the other pinball games I recommend you play. I had some fun playing with them, and I hope you do as well. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, sub, and I get that dub. I'll see you guys in the next video.